doing, Mickey? Okay, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everyone, thank you.
First of all, Mick, I think the first thing to ask is, how are you feeling?
Well, I knew you'd say that. Well, I feel good, I feel very positive, and as I said, coming into a positive environment really helps me, and I'm feeling good at the moment. Obviously I've my ups and downs on a daily basis, but I feel ready to come back to work now, and slowly got integrated, and I'll take my time getting back in. But it's great to be around the players, great to be around Nathan and all the staff again, great to see everyone, and I'm just a bit overwhelming by the support I've had by everyone. I'd just officially like to thank everyone and say thanks for all the support and everything that everyone who has supported me, i.e. from the board downwards to the supporters, to the staff, and to everyone who's made a contribution to prostate cancer. So I'm feeling good.
I don't know whether you heard the supporters, Mick, at every single game that you weren't at, they were chanting your name. How did that make you feel?
Well, it got transferred back to me that they were singing my name, and as I said, it was very overwhelming, and I was fortunate enough to go. I was at the Forest away game where we played very well that evening, and I was overwhelmed when they started singing my name at the old City ground and that, you know. So yeah, it's brilliant. The supporters have been fantastic. They're right behind me, and I just appreciate everything they've done and everything that's been said, and the contributions that's been made, and the support I've had.
And what's the situation with the treatment, Mick? Do you still carry on? Do you still have to go down to London every now and again?
Yeah, I go on a monthly basis for a monthly blood test, and I'm still on the medication. The medication lasts for 3 years, so it's a long process. Hopefully by then everything will be positive. But I've been told by my consultant, I mean, he's more than happy for me to go back to work and carry on doing my duties. So I try to get back as quick as I could really, but overall things are positive.
What sort of welcome did you get back from the players and staff?
Oh well, a bit, as I said, everything to me becomes a bit overwhelming at the moment. I got a great welcome, and it was great to see them all, and I did just a couple of sessions with them and all that, you know, and it's just great to be back around them. As I said earlier, it's a real positive environment. Everyone was welcoming, everyone was pleased to see me, and I was more pleased to see them more than anything else. You know, at times you get stuck at home at times and all that, you know, and as I've said before, your mind starts wandering, but when you're here you can focus on the football, and I think with all the positivity of being around the young lads, I'm sure it'll help in the process of me getting better.
Mick, you used to be one of the real hard men of the game, but how emotional have you felt when you've sort of gone back to the working environment and heard all of these messages?
Oh, very much so. You know, I mean, I'm a very emotional person. You know, if you come in my house and sit with my son when we watch films, you know, stupid films like that, I'm the first one to have tears in my eyes. I mean, I watch anything, and I'll have a sob. I'll have a tissue next to me, so I can't quite get quite emotional, believe it or not. But it's just magnificent, and the response and the way the people have been with me is just fantastic, and it makes it worthwhile that myself and obviously the football club, Gary Sweet and Nathan, why we decided to do this, to put it out and try and help as many people as we could. So that's been a massive bonus for me and the club and my family. You know, it's been amazing, the response I've had, and I'd just like to thank each and every person who supported me, supported the club, and supported Prostate Cancer UK.
And throughout this period, you've raised the profile so much, which is fantastic for them.
Well, that was our ambition, and I think we've achieved our ambition. And me personally, and I know the football club would like to carry on doing this to raise the awareness of prostate cancer. Everyone knows it's a killer. So if I can keep on raising awareness, and I'll carry on doing that.
Be a special moment for you, won't it, for that first game back against Harrogate Sunday?
Yes. And Nathan put put it nicely. I mean, it was unbelievable what Nathan have said, and the board have said, well, Mick, you deserve that ovation. I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about the team. But it'll be very emotional for me, especially me and my family. Yeah, so it's I just want to get on with it and hopefully start getting some results and get some positive feedback really, and see where and just get on with it. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about really.
Yeah, when you weren't able to get to the games, was it frustrating not being able to be there and helping out?
Well, I spoke to Nathan on not I wouldn't say on a daily basis, but I watched a few of the games online, and if I wasn't at our game, I'd sometimes go to another game. But yeah, it's being in the environment, being around people, being around the players, it makes me a lot more positive. Missing the games was big for me. I love being at Kenilworth Road, and I've missed some great games. I miss the atmosphere down there especially. And the team's done great. And hopefully we can carry it on.
Just a follow on from me, Alan Sheehan's back at the club as well. He had a huge part to say in Luton's promotion years, and you've worked very well with him too. Yeah,
we're absolutely delighted to have Alan back. When we knew he was coming available, he retired only a couple of days ago, and we saw the opportunity for Alan to come back into the football club. He knows the club inside out. Myself and Paul, we are getting on a little bit, you know, and Nathan thought it would be best to bring a younger coach in, and he's perfect for the role, absolutely perfect for the role. He's very enthusiastic, and he fits the bill really well, and I think it's a great appointment.
Nice one, Mick. Good to see you looking so well.
No, thank you.
Hi there, Mick.
How you doing?
Not bad, how you doing? You all good?
Yeah, I'm good, Mike. Yeah, good.
You mentioned obviously Alan Sheehan there, so also Alan McCormack came back as well recently, two players who were important when you were back in charge. Just how good to see both of those back as well, and it's good the club are doing this, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it's the right thing to do in my opinion. They were role models when they were here. They were disciplined, they were hard working. They were a big part of the structure here at this football club, and they believe and they know what we're trying to do here. So bringing them back was a bit of a no-brainer really, and I'm sure they'll go on to be successful coaches in the future.
And obviously Nathan Jones himself had a long-term contract announced on New Year's Day. I mean, it's a big thing for the club to have him tied down now for the next 5 years, isn't it?
Absolutely delighted. I'm absolutely thrilled, and I think myself and everyone at the football club are really, really happy that he's signed a new deal. Carry on the good work he's done in the past. Since he's come back, I honestly believe he's a better manager. Since he came back from Stoke and came back and saved us from relegation, and we had a good season last season. So overall, we absolutely thrilled. We have a big challenge, as you know, every year in the Championship. It's a big challenge, and I 100% agree we've got the best man in charge.
Because you played quite a big role in him coming back, didn't you, I think, that second time?
Well, the decision is by the board really, but it's a case of I did keep in touch with Nathan whilst he was Stoke manager and doing bits and pieces after he'd left Stoke. It was at this football club, Mike. What people don't understand is we do everything as a joint discussion. You know, everything's we all amalgamate and we sit down and we talk about things, and we believe if it's the right policy for the football club, we'll do it. So overall, I think it was a joint decision, and at the end of the day, it comes down to the board who decide whether they want to bring Nathan back or not. And as we stand now, it was a brilliant decision by Gary in 2020.
As you mentioned, results in the last couple of months have been good, haven't they? I mean, a good win at Blackpool recently, and the draw with Fulham, and the club's still in a good place despite missing games over Christmas.
Well, we all know the challenge in the Championship. We all know the performances have been excellent, in my opinion, in most of the games. Probably haven't been rewarded with with a points tally. Probably think the points tally should be a little bit more. But overall, we're really pleased where we are. We're going into a tough period of the season now where we have to play a little bit of catch up, but that's like most teams, and COVID will play its part, and it's a challenge that Nathan and the staff will be looking forward to.
And just lastly on the treatment, so it's great to see you back and looking so well. How tough has it been to actually go through the treatment that you've gone through?
Well, it's the toughest thing I've ever done. I mean, it takes its toll on you in terms of fatigue and all the side effects, but I feel a lot better now and I feel a lot more positive. Thanks, Mike.
Excellent. Thanks, Mick.
Hi, Mick. Good to see you back.
Thank you. How are you? Okay.
Thanks. Just a quick one on me. The news today came out, obviously, that you're coming back along with Alan Sheehan returning to the club. I just wondered, obviously Alan Sheehan comes back to a club where there's still players that he played with. I just wondered if, when you made that transition from playing to coaching, if you had that experience now, how you sort of managed that?
Yeah, it's a good question, really good question, because when I first got into coaching through Joe Kenny, and I owe Joe a big debt for that, because I retired during the season, and my last game was for Wimbledon against Aston Villa, where we lost 1-0, and I had a problem with my Achilles, and I was 38 and a half years old, and it was either an operation or retire. And I just didn't want to have another operation at that age, and I know I was coming up to 39 years old. And Joe said to me, look, what we'll do is we'll put you in charge of the under-23s, or under-21s, what it was. So I went straight into a role, and I mean, the majority of the lads were, the day before I was training with them, and all of a sudden I was their coach, you know. So it is a difficult process. It is something you have to deal with. You're not the friend anymore, but you want to help them as much as you can. You want to make them better. You want to improve them. You want to work hard with them. You have to be strong with them. But if you have a structure and a belief, what they believe in, it makes it a lot easier. And that was my philosophy. And I'm sure Alan, he's a clever guy, and that, you know, and he'll come in. I think there's 3 or 4, is there, who's left since Alan was here. So a lot of the lads won't know Alan, but they know he'll work hard, he'll do the right things, and I'm 100% certain he'll go and have a long career in coaching and be successful. Hopefully he'll be successful here first.
You're well renowned for scouting players and looking for the best new talent. Do you do the same with coaches? Were you able to see Alan's talents for it? I believe so, yeah. You know, after speaking for the last 2 or 3 days, and Nathan brought up the idea of bringing Alan back a few weeks ago, and we all believed it was a good idea, and because obviously, firstly, he knew the football club, he knew the ins and outs of it, he knew the runnings of it, and he's part of our success over the last few years. And hopefully we can go on and be successful with them. Scouting coaches, I've never really done that, but what we do we look for good characters, look for good people, look for hard working people, and we believe Alan's one of those, you know. I think this has gone dead. But, did you get that? Oh yeah, I'm back with you. Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah. Yeah, that did. Thanks, Mick. Good to see you back.
No, appreciate it. Really appreciate it, James. Yeah.
Hello, Mick. Just one question, if I can.
Yes, no problem. How are you?
Luton's Over Radio. How are you doing? Okay.
Yeah, good.
Mick, I know that you've obviously gone through this process of the treatment. And you're back with Luton Town at the minute. Has anything changed with your job spec in what you're doing? Are you doing anything differently from what you're doing before?
I will be spending slightly less time at the training ground. Say, for instance, if I was going to go, I'd still be part of the scouting setup, looking for players and recruiting players. If I was to go to a game on a Tuesday night, for instance, then I'm not going to spend all day at the training ground, or vice versa, you know.
So there will be slightly less hours. As I've said in previous conversations and interviews, the club, the manager, the board have been absolutely fantastic for me. They've been excellent, and basically it's a case of just integrating back into the football club and carrying on. I'll be Nathan's assistant along with Paul, and hopefully help them as much as I can. We have a philosophy. It's not how many hours you spend at the football club. It's what you do when you're here. You know, that's our philosophy. If you can make an impact on whilst you're here, that's great. You know, so I'll be probably slightly doing less hours, but still hopefully have the same impact.
Good. I met you many years ago at the Karen Trust with Ian Wright and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you're looking just as well as now as you were back then. So welcome back, and good luck for Sunday.
No, thank you very much. Much appreciated.